The other day I was flipping through YouTube when I saw this, the trailer for an upcoming NBC show called Timeless. It looks like a promising sci-fi program on a major television network, and very disappointing. Not because of the glossy production and attractive cast, but because I think I sort of already wrote it. 2 years ago, I started on a story called Revision about the moral complications of time travel. I know, white guy writes screenplays, probably an Onion headline, but I enjoyed what I made and it made me very happy. NBC's Timeless seems to have enjoyed the idea as well. I described my time machine as the pod, tiny white cube held inside a massive industrial hangar. NBC's Timeless has the time machine as a sleek white ball held inside a massive industrial hangar. In my story, the time machine hums until it twists, warps, and vanishes. NBC's Timeless machine hums, twists, warps, and vanishes. In NBC's Timeless, the intrepid team of time travelers are a female historian.
You've got a hell of a reputation. History, anthropology.
A guy from Delta Force.
Master Sergeant Wyatt Logan, Delta Force.
And a scientist who happens to be a person of color.
I am black.
In my story, the intrepid team of time travelers are a female historian, a guy who's a fighter pilot, and a scientist who happens to be a person of color. And finally, Timeless's slogan is this. My slogan was this. In NBC's Timeless, a handsome and probably complex criminal steals a time machine and will probably morph into an anti-hero after probably challenging the historian's worldview in his quest to either blow up or save the Hindenburg. That's not clear. Why they chose the Hindenburg, I don't know, because that's clearly something that's of geopolitical significance. Why not pick, the U.S. failure to ratify the Treaty of Versailles? Like something that mattered. Did I mention it's on NBC? In my story, the handsome and probably complex naval aviator morphs into a villain after being challenged by the historian's morally upstanding worldview in their quest to either change or not change Elizabethan England on the eve of the Spanish Armada. Now that I read it aloud, it sounds just as cliched as the Hindenburg, except that mine actually swayed world events. So the similarities are pretty damned similar, and the differences are, well, just the difference in what cliched trope was chosen. According to Wikipedia, the creators of Timeless have been working on the idea since August 2015. That's well after I sent the treatment to a couple of friends in August 2014 and sent a script and scene treatment to a comic book company in search of a writing assignment in September 2014. The full script wasn't shared until maybe a year later in August 2015, so that's really not a factor. But could any of those prior people have leaked it? Maybe, but very doubtful. So did NBC steal my idea? No, it's unlikely. NBC's got a lot of bad things to answer for, but this probably isn't one of them. The creators of Timeless are seasoned veterans with tons of great writing and show running credits to their name, and I'm just a guy. Besides, parallel thinking happens more often than you think. Hans von Ohain and Frank Whittle both invented the jet engine completely independently of one another. Alexander Graham Bell and Elisha Gray both had ideas for the telephone, and I'm sure it was just a coincidence Bell's attorney delayed Gray's patent from being filed until Bell could look at it and add some hasty sketches as to his own patent, which was filed minutes just before Gray's. Bad example. But if in the extremely unlikely circumstance that NBC did steal my idea, the onus to prove it is incumbent on the claimant at their own very substantial cost. Worse still, if you lose, you'll most likely be countersued for a lot of money. So it's just not worth it. So while it's disappointing that a pair of guys far more talented and with far many more connections developed an idea virtually identical to mine, it's encouraging that an idea virtually identical to mine is marketable. So if anything, it should encourage you to pursue your next idea with renewed vigor, despite anything to the contrary or hypothetical, not based on real people, red-haired girlfriend who just dumped you might have said. I guess it's back to the drawing board for my NBC pitch for the Tornort Shore with Jeremy Foreman. And if any of you out there are interested in reading my now obsolete and I guess public domain story of time travel and adventure, DM me here. Thanks for watching. Go fuck yourselves. Wait. Don't go anywhere. There's more. Remember I told you I sent scene treatments and a synopsis to a comic book company? Well, before working at the comic book company, the woman with whom I corresponded worked at AMC. Could she have, in the span of 4 years, come into contact with the creators of Timeless, and after leaving AMC, remained in contact with them, and after our correspondence, communicated with them? Could she have? Could it have happened?